What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Malik's Water Garden. I'm actually in the other side of the fish room. This is a part of the fish room you guys don't get to see that often, and I'm in the middle of water changes. And these tanks actually just got drained, and I did a 50% water change in both of these, and then these two actually the same amount that you're seeing. I'm out of water for these tanks. I actually filter my water through a peat filter to make low TDS, low pH water for these tanks. And it has been quite economic for me and it works quite well. But the only downside is it takes some time to filter the water because it has to run through a 4-gallon bucket and sand and peat and all that stuff. If you guys are interested in learning about how I filter that water, comment below and let me know, so I will make a separate video about that. In today's video, we're just gonna do a little quick walkthrough in the fish room and show you guys some of the other tanks on the other side and what is for sale. There's a lot of cool fish that I have available for sale, and if you guys are from Toronto or in generally in Canada, I am willing to sell some of these animals to you. If you're from Toronto, most of the animals I have available, you can come pick them up. And if it's a large order above $100, I am willing to come drop it off to you. If you're outside of Toronto if I have to ship it, I will only be selling shrimp and celestial pearl danios. So if you want to buy celestial pearl danios or shrimp, comment or message me on Instagram. I'll put the link down below. It's at Malik's Fish and Water Garden on Instagram, or on Facebook at Malik's Water Garden, and send me a message on either one of those two platforms, and we can arrange something where I can send you shrimp to wherever you are. So I have not shipped shrimp before, so it's going to be a figuring out process, but I do have a friend who is very good at this process, so I'm going to get some help from him, so it wouldn't be an issue. So I will be able to send you some shrimp if you are in Canada, as well as celestial pearl daniels. Also, if you're in Canada, like Montreal or Vancouver, overnight shipping only. Now, if you're outside of Canada, I cannot help you at this moment, but in the future, we will be trying to figure out a situation to ship outside of Canada to Europe as well as the United States. So hang in there if you are one of my subscribers from another part of the world or the US, and I will be able to help you guys and send some fish to you in the future coming 2021. Because that's going to be where things are headed. Now, there's a lot of breeding activity in the fish room, and there's a lot of eggs, a lot of fry, and we're going to be looking at those in a second. But first, let me show you guys some of the cool tanks that are behind me. So I just really want to get this on camera because you don't really get to see a lot of this stuff. See how many shrimp is in this tank? That's just a real little sample of what type of production these tanks are actually getting. Now, over here, this tank is supposed to have the same amount of black Carolina shrimp, mostly black King Kongs, but they all died out. So I had an issue here, and the shrimp died out. I think planaria is the culprit. Now, in here are my culls, and so I'm going to take some of these guys and move them onto the black Carolina tank and start getting my colony back and going. I also have green neon tetra spawning in this tank, but you will not be able to see a lot of them because they're always hiding. And they're not display fish for me, they're actually spawning, and I'm trying to get the colony to be a larger colony. So I am going to try and get them out of here and see if I can get some more fry that way as well. So stay tuned for that and subscribe down below if you haven't, because there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. See, this tank just got it drained. It's really cool because there's no CO2 going in here. There's barely anything happening. There's air, like a little tiny amount of air being pumped when the air system is on. Right now the air system is off, so there's no air going into anything for the duration of the video. We will look at some of the Pleco eggs and wigglers that we have in the fish room in a few seconds. I just really wanted to get this on film for you guys. This is literally my most favorite part of my day, is feeding these guys and watching them eat. There's about 100 of these guys in here, and they're about a quarter size right now, and they are available for sale. So if you are in the greater Toronto area and you are interested in these gorgeous super red marble veil-tailed angels, I'll show you some of their parents in a second. If you are interested in these, I have almost 600 of these at this size and another 300-400 that are smaller. And so you can come pick these up, or if you are buying more than 10 of them, I will be able to deliver to you in the GTA. So Mississauga, Brampton, Toronto, Pickering, Markham, I can deliver over $100. Okay, so depending on the size and how much you're getting, At this size, these guys are about a little smaller than a quarter to about a quarter size, and I can give you guys these for about $5 each. And wholesale, if you're buying like 20 of them, I can do a better price. So I haven't actually figured out pricing. I will be posting these on Kijiji, so comment below or send me a message and I can send you actual prices. Also, beside it, these are some of their siblings, the black marble ones. These are all from the same clutch, so the ones you just saw and these ones, and then there's another tank full of these that are all from the same clutch, from the same parents, the same eggs. So these are all related, and you can see some of the quality at such a small age. You can see how nice the veil tails are. They're all in exceptional health, and they're gorgeous. They're all growing really well. There are no stunted ones. Everybody's doing really well, and so I'm really impressed with this group. So these guys are available. Comment below or message me if you are interested and you are in Canada or in the GTA. So these are some of their siblings that are about 2 weeks younger, and you can see like this guy here is one from the other batch that hasn't grown as much. But aside from him, and then there's maybe like one or two more that I moved over here, the rest are all like from this batch. So there's, I think, about 300 in here as well. So I haven't actually made a count. I just did a sampling and I did a little count with that. And usually it's about 300 to 400 when these guys do spawn and I get a good successful spawn out of them. So I'll see some of their other siblings that are on the other side. So related, these are brothers and sisters from the first ones you just saw. So these are the actual quarter size ones, and there's about 100 of these in here, a little bit over, and they're all growing and eating really well. See, everybody's eating and growing really fast. So these guys are about 2 months old and they're already at a quarter size, maybe a little over 2 months now. So doing really well. So if you're interested, comment below. And then these are the Celestial Pearl Daniels, and then some angels that are smaller, a little bit younger than the ones you saw like earlier. So this is the batch below the ones you just, or the younger to the ones you saw a bit earlier. And there's quite a bit of them in here as well. And these are the CPDs. They're all hiding. So I'm doing water changes in the middle of the water change. I just figured I'm going to make this video for you guys. And so these are the parents. They're on eggs again. The lights are not on this side, but you can clearly see there's eggs on the slate. They laid quite a bit more than that, but they ate quite a bit of them because it started going bad. So I need to get on top of that for a little bit, because these guys, I need to be producing these quite heavily. There's a lot of demand for these for me. So, and they're a really good producer. So some of the holdbacks that I'm growing out for future breeding, I am willing to sell you guys a pair of these guys. This one here and this one here are a pair, and they have spawned a couple of times in this tank. So if you are interested, I can give you a good deal on these two, because I'm not keeping them because I have too many pairs. I have 3 or 4 pairs. I am keeping him though, and I had to find him a girl. I had to go buy him a girl. I usually like to keep bring fish in for myself to spawn, because I don't want to have brothers and sisters spawning. All my fish are unrelated. So these two are unrelated to each other. They're from two separate breeders. These two definitely unrelated. They're hiding in the back, but when they do come out, there's a female over there. It's really good at camouflaging. So she's a blue marble and the male is a super red marble. Gorgeous fish. And then these two, they have a clutch of babies in one of the leaves in here, or on the back there. You can kind of see them, but that's why he's being so protective. But he's unrelated to her as well. He's related to the mom of these guys, and she is not related to any other fish in the fish room. I got her with another male and he died, and so these two ended up pairing up after. And so they're together for about a year now, and they have been producing quite heavily for me. Also unrelated, discus. She's a wild outcross, so one of her parents is a wild fish, and this guy is a full aquarium strain. He's my big male. It's quite large. It's as big as my hand, and very friendly, very sociable. I am going to make a new video about He'll stream loaches, so that's coming up next. So subscribe down below and hit that notification icon so you get updated when that video, as well as many other videos like that, get uploaded. Let's look at the Plecos. There's a lot of Pleco activity. There's spawns in this tank. There's a lot of spawns actually. There's two of the males have spawned now. There's spawn in here. There's a spawn in there, I think. And the really cool, exciting thing is these guys. So there's wigglers in this cave. You can kind of see the male. So L471s, and it's his third attempt, and I have let him keep the eggs, and he has done a great, exceptional job. So I'm gonna make an update on these guys coming very soon, and a care and maintenance video. So subscribe down below if you have not yet. And in here you can see the lights are a little bit subdued. So in this cave here, the male is still in there, so I'm not gonna try to get too much closer than where I am. Basically, he spawned a few days ago, and the eggs hatched a couple of days ago. So about a week ago he spawned, and the eggs hatched, and he kicked out 3 of the eggs. And I did pull the eggs that were kicked out. They were wigglers by the time. So this happened the last time too. He was having a tough time when the eggs were hatching, and he was kicking them out because he couldn't contain them. So I initially took the 3 eggs that wigglers that were kicked out of the tank, put them into a German breeder ring, which is now removed from here. And then I realized that is not going to work for me because I am back to work. If these guys don't get their shit together, sorry for swearing, so let me re-edit that. If these guys don't get their act together, I can't be here raising fry and taking care of eggs and stuff because I'm back to work this week, and I'm going to be busy from now on. So the new strategy is they have to take care of their own eggs. So what I ended up doing was I took out all the corridoras that were in here, because those guys, even though they're not predators, they could suck up a wiggler that is helpless. A baby that is out and swimming, they cannot catch and eat. So that's not an issue, but the wigglers, they can. So what I ended up doing was I moved the corridoras out. So there's only the Plecos in here and the Rasboras as ditherfish. So there's the 9 Plecos. I removed the light on this side. The lid is getting replaced right now, or actually glued. So I'm actually in the process of doing that. It's outside, so it's like a temporary lid on this. But I did remove the light strip from this side, and there's only a subdued lighting on this side for now. I don't want him to freak out. And I did put the 3 wigglers back into the cave with a spoon. And I didn't document it, but I did put them back. So I was kind of worried that he would eat them, but he has not eaten them. There's still wigglers in there. I checked earlier today, and I can see some of them in there. So I'm not looking too much. I'm trying to let him do his thing. And I did move the cave a little bit more downwards, like kind of in an angle like this, instead of being like this. So instead of being like this, I put the cave like this, and the opening being like here, going down, so that there is more chance of the fry being in the bottom. So that's what I've been doing to help them out. And so I'll be doing an update on that. So comment below if you want more information on these, and there'll be an update coming on the 471s, a care and maintenance video. A new update on the 333s are coming up too, so stay tuned. And we are going to try to spawn our zebra Plecos before the end of the breeding season, because I might as well, right? I have these guys. There's a pair. They have been hanging out on one of the bigger caves, so I'm going to try to move them into one of these smaller tanks, or one of the tanks beside it, and then give them a cave of their own and try to get them to spawn as well. So that's the little update I have for you guys. It got a little longer than expected, but essentially it's a day in the fish room. This is what I deal with on every weekend, usually when I'm back to work. Tomorrow morning, if I had to go to work, I'll be here right now instead of making the video and rushing myself and sweating and doing all these water changes that I had to get on top of. So I'm still doing water changes on this tank right now, and then these tanks here, these fry tanks need to get water changes. I'm back to work I think on Tuesday. Just waiting to find out exactly what day I'm back. But a few of my friends are back Tuesday, so I think I'm back on Tuesday as well. I just emailed my agent, so waiting to hear back, and I'll let you guys know how things go. And there might be a little bit of disruption in terms of videos. Like I might be able to upload 4 videos a week still, because even when I'm at work I can still do some editing. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't, because I'm going to keep updating this channel for you. And we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so let's get to 1,000 as soon as possible. Thank you so much. I love you all. I'll see you on the next video. God bless you.